Hey guys, you've probably seen it on ladder. You've probably seen people talk about it. ETC Warrior is the nuts. People are getting #1 legend with it left and right. It is most likely the best deck of the expansion. Part of the reason why is just Warrior has been for a while the one class that really counters Demon Hunter. And when Demon Hunter is strong, Warrior is strong. And if Demon Hunter is strong and Warrior can't beat it, then Demon Hunter gets nerfed because Deep Warrior tends to be the only class that can reliably beat Demon Hunter. Um, and ETC Warrior, this is kind of a control warrior. So similar, so you might have played the control warrior from last expansion. They ran, live wire lance, they ran Rattlegore. It pretty much free lost to Priest, which was one of the big weaknesses of it. But it was very strong outside of the Priest matchup. This warrior is much more well-rounded. And I think one of the fundamental concepts of this deck that I want to give you is flexible win conditions. So by that, I mean, so some decks are very one-dimensional. So if you're playing Highlander Hunter, what is the win condition? I pressure, I kill them, like by putting their life down to 0 with minions and burn. If I'm playing something even like Zoo, it's kind of control the board, utilize board advantage to do lots of damage to face, and do big swing and be very aggressive before your opponent can get their stuff going. So those decks tend to be simpler. So this deck is not a deck for beginners. It is a deck that you really, really need to have an understanding of the game beyond me just telling you what the mulligans are or telling you, oh, this is the card you win with. So I kind of want to talk about the 5 main win conditions of this deck, because people think OT, and I'm going to kind of give estimations on how often these happen. And sometimes these can happen in conjunction, so both can happen kind of together. But I think so. The #1 condition people think of is OTK. And so the way the OTK works, you probably heard, you go ETC, you Penflinger it, you do a Bloodsworn on it. Now there are 4 minions on there. There's a Bloodsworn, there's 2 ETCs, and a Penflinger. You do a second Bloodsworn on it. Now there's 3 ETCs, 2 Bloodsworns, a Penflinger, 6 minions on board. That's 9 mana. And then you go Broom. So you have 10 minions on board, or 7 minions on board, and they all have Rush. And you rush them into your opponent's minions. Now every time they rush into a minion, because of ETC, there's 3 of them, we do 6 damage. So that's a total of 42 damage that we can potentially do. It can be less if, let's say, our opponent's minions all have more than 4 attack. That way, so we'll rush all of our other minions in. Then the next ETC goes in. The first ETC, it does 6 damage. But then it dies. So the next ETC that rushes in only does 4, and the next does 2. So in that case, we do only a total of 36 damage. So that's kind of our OTK win condition. And I think people think, you always have to win with that. I'd say my estimation from playing this deck is you're only winning with that win condition about 10% of the time. Or at least purely, like maybe sometimes. So I think people think, I have to win with this win condition. I don't. And in certain matchups, you do. So like, for example, Priest. OTK is pretty much the only way you're going to win. There are some really niche scenarios where your opponent goes Mind Render, they steal your OTK, but then you kind of burn their Plague of Death or some other stuff, and then you go Rattlegore. There's some weird things that can happen, but most of those weird things that happen involve you losing, not winning. So I think people think, they're always in most matchups. We're not really OTKing. Sometimes we might win because our opponent knows the threat of OTK, so maybe I should count that. But just most of them we're not actually implementing the combo. Our opponent gives up before then. The second way I think we can win is the Rattlegore win, where and this probably happens more. I'd say more often than OTK. I'd say this happens about 15% of the time. You get a Rattlegore, you Bloodsworn it, you have 3 giant minions that basically can't die, and your opponent loses. This is and then so the next one we have is the control win, and I think this is the most common win. This is when you basically either outvalue, so they run out of stuff, or you get so much life that their amount of stuff just can't get through kill you, and they run out of stuff, and they might have more cards in their deck, but they just kind of give up because you have so much. They're just not going to get through. That's the control win. And then the next one is fatigue win. Fatigue win is kind of, maybe they're not out of stuff, but they're just kind of don't have enough threats, and they're fatiguing. This might happen with a deck that draws a lot, and then maybe they're trying to kill you before they run out of fatigue, but they're fatiguing, and then maybe you've used like a valuable Bloodsword, so you can't get the full combo off, but they're fatiguing, and then maybe you do a partial OTK, stuff like that. Or another way it could happen is, like, let's say you're in the mirror, something, and your opponent, both your Rattlegores die, but let's say they got just slightly bigger battle rages. So let's say they're 3 ahead on fatigue than you are, and you get a point where you realize either person is going to kill each other, and you just hero power pass, and maybe they even have Galakrond, they're trying to hit you down, but they're 3 ahead on fatigue, and that ends up costing the game. So that's the fatigue win. And the final win that doesn't really happen that often, but I think it has happened, where you can still just, the way most decks win is you get ahead on board and you utilize that board to win. You get some 5/5s, stuff like that. This doesn't happen much with this deck, but like here's a way you could theoretically do it. You get an evil quartermaster. Your opponent's kind of not doing much. You get a draconic lackey. You get a big dragon, and then you Bloodsworn it. Or that's kind of, so maybe like that's 5/6, and then you just kind of pressure them down and they lose. That's very, very niche. Maybe that's like part of the win condition, but it's almost never a win condition, but it's still kind of a win condition. So, and I think what makes this deck hard, like I said, is that we need to be willing to switch win conditions. We need to be willing to play different win conditions for different matchups. So people ask, what's the win condition? And it's everything. It's everything, and you need to be willing to do that. So I kind of want to go through some of the different decks that you'll play and what your main win conditions are. So with Hunters, for example, that's a simple one. It's almost always just pure control. You'll usually not get your OTK down. They're not fast enough. Usually they will run out of stuff far before you have your combo. It's not all 100%, but usually you're just trying to survive. If you have a potential Risky Skipper Armorsmith play with Bloodsworn, you want to take that. That's the kind of play where you go Risky Skipper, Armorsmith, Bloodsworn. That's 6 mana. That gains you a crap ton of life, because there's 2 Armorsmiths and 4 minions. So that you do 1 damage for 4 minions times 2. That is a gain of 8 armor. You have a few times, like, you get another minion, maybe you could just gain ridiculous amounts of armor. So you have the control win. And sometimes, often you'll actually, because you'll be using your resources a lot more liberally than you would in other this. You're not trying to, I can't use this. You're like, I'm using it. I'm using a Penflinger to kill a 3/1. Like you might be using those things. So you might run out of stuff, and it can kind of get weird, but you want to be willing to use that. Rogues are an interesting one. Sometimes we do the control, sometimes we do the okay. I've noticed like rogues are a lot of secret right now, and sometimes rogues really get a value engine going, and they get a ton of stuff, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they just burn out, and you want to get a feel for, okay, are they burning out here, or do I have to go to the distance? So, because you have to go the distance. The problem with Rattlegore, let's say they're secret rogue, they might just sap it, they might blackjack stunner it, they might go wander like the wand thief into a polymorph. So Rattlegore is very unreliable against rogue. But often OTK is probably your main win condition with rogue, but also control. So some games you'll get the OTK win. Some games you'll just control and they'll run out of stuff and you'll get a little bit of board. But that's kind of what you're going for that. Paladin is a kind of a class where I think Rattlegore and control tend to be the most common. Paladins can run out of stuff, but sometimes and then a little bit of OTK too. So like pure Paladin will often run out of stuff, and you can just kind of outvalue them, kill all their stuff off. But Rattlegore is the nuts against Paladin. They just can't get through it. You get a few Bloodswords on. Rattlegore is so good against Paladin. You should be keeping it in the Mulligan. So yeah, and then Demon Hunter. We usually want to go with control and less on the resources of like, oh, we're fighting for board, because that's not how Demon Hunter works. It's more like they're burning you and you're gaining armor. So you want to be like trying to get your life total often. A lot of times you need to be doing the Risky Skipper, Armorsmith, Bloodsworn play on the Armorsmith to gain a ton of life. And Demon Hunters can really, like, I had a game where I was at 27 life. I thought I was about to go Skipper Armorsmith the following turn, and they did Lily Noth, and they equipped a 0 mana Warblades and did a bunch of Twin Slices and killed me from hand. It was brutal, but that can happen. So it's you kind of have a lot of stuff going on there. And then the mirror, I think so. The Rattlegore is probably the easiest way to win, but also the OTK. And there's an interesting thing over, like, if your opponent's getting to too few cards, you might get to a spot where you actually try and win for fatigue. Let's say they drew through the deck first, or they might want to not play anything and try and then force them to, but the problem is they'll probably play Rattlegore. So Rattlegore forces it up, but then you might, if you can get their life low enough, the problem is they play Rattlegore, then you might OTK them. So it can be super weird. I haven't quite 100% figured out that matchup yet, but that's something I'm trying to do. And then Priest, another OTK one. You got to get the combo. You can't use up the pieces of the combo at all. And you can get, a lot of times it's like, can you draw through your deck before they draw Mind Render? Because that's realistically their win condition a lot against you. And Warlock also is a combination of control and OTK. Shaman is also a weird one where Rattlegore is completely useless because of Revolve. But OTK, the problem, you actually do, it's really tough because sometimes you have to use the control and throw away your OTK. But the problem is if Shaman gets a good draw, they'll just keep playing stuff and keep evolving, and it can be brutal. Even if you have multiple, like, brawls, stuff like that, they can just keep on reloading with the right hand. So Shaman can be real tough if they get that good hand. But that's kind of the idea. So you can see, I just went a long time on that. It is immensely complicated. So just those are the general ideas. You want to be kind of, trying to be real flexible on how am I going to win this game. I want you guys to be thinking when you're playing this deck, like, how am I going to win this game? What is my win condition? Do I think I'm going to just out-control them? Because there's a spot where you might be like, oh, I'm going to die if I do this. But if you think, well, if I use my Bloodsworn here, and I can't get the OTK off ever because they're a class that do this, I might as well just take every single risk I can to have a chance, because there might be a 0% chance of this. So you want to be evaluating in these tough spots. Or the other, situation is, well, I need the OTK, but I'm 100% going to die here if I don't. So I have to use my second Bloodsworn or something like that. Or I have to use my Penflinger here. And then you might have to be crafty. You might, like, for example, let's say you have a Shield Slam still in the deck. So you might try and get some armor, then Shield Slam your guy. But you have to keep it just the right one. Like, so there's a lot of craftiness in this deck. There's a lot of, like, you got to figure out, you got to, ways to win with the current situation with what your opponent's playing. And that can be real exciting. That can be really fun. But that's the main concept, I think, coming from this deck that takes it beyond just normal Control Warrior in the past. Some real Mulligans are another, like, I highly invest if you have HS Replay, invest in it. But to give you a general sense, I'm going to give you some real basic Mulligans on what are some of the strongest cards to keep. Ankar is probably the number one. I'm not running Minefield. Minefield's fine. If you read the Vicious Skin report, they talk about Minefield is good, but the problem is the deck is so tight that it's hard to know what do you cut for Minefield. Barov, really good in a lot of matchups. Some matchups you shouldn't absolutely not keep, but I think if your opponent's playing an aggressive matchup, we're thinking Evolve Shaman, we're thinking Aggro Demon Hunter, we're thinking Highlander Hunter, any kind of matchup where they're really, like, early board, or Zoo Warlock. Barov is insane. So you want to keep it in any of those matchups. And you can see sort of Evil Quartermaster is kind of one of these weird ones often that it's kind of just on the line for a keep. So sometimes I'll throw it away try and look for better things. But if you already have an Ankar, it's a nice keep because it's just kind of, well, you already have the good thing you're looking for. So it's nice to have, like, just a 3-drop. Gain you a little armor, give you a little time. But there are some of these that are saying it's not a keep that are definitely a keep in certain situations. I think the Risky Skipper in a very aggressive matchup, like if you're thinking, they're playing Face Hunter or Zoo Warlock, I'd say absolutely want to keep Risky Skipper. Rattlegore in very kind of value matchups where the opponent doesn't have a silence. So This isn't priest, this isn't shaman. But if your opponent's playing like paladin or the warrior mirror, we definitely want to be keeping Rattlegore. And even Cutlass sometimes is a keep, I found, especially if you already have, you know, like an Ankar, for example, because you can do like things like Ankar on 3, hit the second one, equip, and often that will draw you the Sword Eater. I've seen the Sword Eater, right, for overall, it's saying Sword Eater is generally a keep, but I haven't been really keeping it. I think this is kind of a misleading statistic. It's complicated, but like it's a spot where I think we rather would draw Sword Eater off our Ankar. So there's some complicated stuff where cards that are just generally okay in all matchups, even though they're not in specific matchups, might be overrated in this. But I'm not going to go into every single kind of matchup here. But yeah, that's the general Mulligan information. Like I said, if you want, you can get more specific. But also, like, you know, but the problem is you want to be thinking a lot of these cards like, am I going to need this early? Like, is this an aggressive matchup? Is this not an aggressive matchup? Because if it's not an aggressive matchup, you know, you might want to look for the Ankar to draw for cycle, or you might want to, if it's like a really, you know, the paladin or the warrior, you might want to keep Rattlegore. So stuff like that. So that's the general game Mulligan for that. But like I said, they're really dependent on the deck. We're kind of reactive and a flexible deck. So anyways, remember, want to be flexible with our win condition, and that's the biggest thing. So hope you guys find this. I got some games for you, and hope you guys enjoy them.
Chaos.
Oh, actually, man, this hand is actually really good. All right, I'm gonna keep all these. All too strong, dude. It is. Proud to win this game and lose another 20. Yeah, but
Let me work my magic.
ooh, I did not expect that. Okay. All right, we could just wait till like turn 3, and then just win.
Magical.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Ooh, how unfortunate. Not free, but it's pretty close to free. It's like, I'd say you're like no, dude, I got owned. Oh my god, I didn't think about that, to be honest. Which is gonna cost me. Okay. Wow, we might lose this. They play like a reader here. Oh my god. Okay. Dude, what a turn. Okay.
Do try to keep yourselves alive. Follow my lead.
Okay. All we need now is to... okay. Please can't play both of them. Okay.
This will break your I will not.
Alright. Gotta hit Skipper. We got 2 chances. Okay. That should be game. They can't. Their deck just can't deal 8 from hand on 6. Yep. Okay.
Your flaws are your strength.
I will not be denied.
How's the weather down there?
You have to read this one. The fires of vengeance.
Wow, they're really hanging in there. Okay. But they going down now. Okay. Priest and opponent would like to be my friend. Dude, that sounds real good. I think I am. Dude, Pyroblast, if it were 8 mana, but the 10 mana Pyroblast is too slow.
This will break your fall.
A diet high in iron.
I know there's a way. Such a beautiful shield.
So I was thinking about Blade Storm versus Shield Slam here. I think it's Shield Slam. I think it's good to, especially with this. Shield Slam is sometimes hard to get value out of, but there's a case for both here. I think I want to go coin Galakron next turn, unless they do something really strong here. Like often they're going Skull this turn, so it's a good turn for us to go Galakron. Oh, okay, did not expect that. Well, that weapon wouldn't have done much at this point anyways, so yeah. Alright, I think I'm gonna go Galakron and just take the 5 here. I think it's worth it. Just kind of undercommit, so we have multiple board clears here. Don't you want to keep your armor power versus Demon Hunter?
Such a beautiful
Well, ideally, we'd like to. No, we'd we also have the realities of tempo where we have to play things. So we play things so we can kill our opponent. I'm not sure if I explained that well. Okay, this is a tough spot actually. So if I go brawl and it hits this, I'm trying to think there's a reliable full clear here. I guess I could go hero power on this, Blade Storm. Actually, that does work. Hero power, Blade Storm, Kobold Lackey. That seems decent. I see my request, Shaman. That deck was tough to make work. So right now we're at a spot where if we get an Armor Smith, we're winning here. Battle Rage could be really good too here. But right now, it is a little rough. These brawls are kind of useless. I could have used the brawl last turn. It would have been an interesting choice. Their hand is bad in that they haven't hit Skull, so we've got to get that. Oh, that's a great top deck. Now we get to draw two. Okay, Battle Rage is really nice here. I'm gonna wait a turn, probably go Battle Rage next turn. Alright, we actually had a spot where if we hit ETC, we might have like a play with Bloodsworn to like... I might do something like Skipper, Bloodsworn, Battle Rage. So we're kind of in an awkward spot here. Oh wait, I gotta think here. Okay. Okay, I would love to hit a oh, my freaking mouse. What the heck? No, not now. God damn it. What the heck? Okay, there we go. There's a way I could kill off my own guy here. So Vicious Syndicate is basically his Mindfield's really good, but the problem is every card's really important in this deck. Like Broom's really good. Having 2 Brooms is really nice. Double Armor Smith, where you can cut Shield Slam. You can't cut Penflinger. You can't cut Ankar. This weapon's really good against Demon Hunter. Rattlegore's insanely good in the mirror. Brawls are important. Are you gonna cut 1 Brawl? Maybe. Are you gonna cut Quartermaster? No. So like the problem is that card is good in this deck, but so are like 1,000 other cards. So it's a tough decision. Wow, okay. Alright, let's try and draw some cards here.
I'll show you who's boss.
Your flaws are your strength.
I could draw... No, I can't. Let's... We still haven't hit Armor Smith. I'm wondering if I ever hero power hit him in the face here. This makes us much more likely that we die. But it also gives us the opportunity to kill them. I don't think we do. I'm thinking about it, but I think we pass here. Yeah, so... if I could use it and just do 3, I obviously would, but Having this protection here is very important. We still have not drawn Armor Smith. It makes our life very difficult. If we hit Armor Smith, we could just like make a giant Armor Smith board a heal, and then out heal them for the elite win. Okay.
Enough time.
Alright, I'm trying to think how likely I... Could I tempo Rattlegore here? That's the question. Could I get away with that? So how easy... If they have Penflingers, we could die. So I'm gonna go shield block. Oh, here we go.
Punishment. Made to think. Your flaws are your strength.
Give that weakling a turn to get ready.
I might just throw away my win condition for armor here. I think it's better.
Your flaws are your strength.
I'll show you who's boss. Hey, loser.
I don't know.
This power is exhausting.
I do. The rumors are true, Ragri. Consume magic wrecks us. Yeah, so here's the question. The problem is we're at 4 in fatigue, so that's a problem. Because we can outvalue them, but we're gonna have to start hero powering their face. But I'm trying to think if like we win in fatigue here, because we can definitely win the value war here. You know, like. Also, this Rattlegore is just tough to deal with as a 9/9. So just because we, and I'm gonna shield slam this 3/2 here. Okay.
No one holds.
See, they silence here, but like, other than like, what's her name? What's her name is good actually here. It's actually really annoying because we have double brawl. We don't have a good way of dealing with her. See if they.
They're not trapped. They're my friends.
My favorite try hard stream. All try hard all the time.
Put some soul into it.
Well, that's not even a clean kill. Dude, I didn't realize how little soul fragments they had there.
Not enough time.
I always play without hands, yeah. My hands are like improved a lot in the last year and a half, so I can type again. But I still like doing this is gonna hurt me, so.
Fast. Faster.
Okay. See, I'm not sure they even want to draw here, because they could win in fatigue, but now the problem is they're at like the same fatigue as I am, which is going to hurt them, you know. All right, I'll go brawl here. If I hit a rush lackey, I could just rush this in. Okay, I think I'll save. Wait, maybe I guess I wonder if I save this or not. I could actually start going face, which would be an interesting choice. I might do that. Yeah, I think we do. So they're at 3 fatigue. So they're smart. They like. I feel them drawing cards has been a mistake. Problem is like if we could stick 1 minion, we could still do like an ETC play for a decent amount of damage here. Interestingly enough, maybe I shouldn't have actually played this. It's an interesting compromise here.
My blades are just for show.
Because I could have used these with ETC for like a little extra damage in the fatigue war. Okay, this is rough because we need to kill this, but all right, I'm gonna go brawl here. We can do a wombo combo next turn. Damn. I don't know why I didn't do this first. That was a mistake. Oh well. So we could do like ETC with like Faire. We could play all our cards. So this is 6, 8, 9 mana here. It will give us some armor, and it will deal like 10 damage to their face. That's kind of the last of what we got. I'm not sure if they have any more minions. I think they have another Spirit Jailer. But they're healing so much here. Oh no. It's so bad. Okay. Okay. They use both Shatterstar Mystics? No, they haven't. Okay. No, I could, Let's see if we can pull this off. I think I just, okay.
What if?
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
Made to fit.
I am unbreakable, but time is fleeting. Ooh, let's melt some faces.
Follow my lead.
I could have pushed. I could have pushed more damage there. Oh. I don't know. I probably should have just pushed more damage there. But I didn't want to take the damage, but I could have set up 2-turn. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. I could have put it down to 4 here. That was probably winning. Okay. Oh, they have another Blade Dance. Okay, damn. Problem is I do take 2 more there. Has hands but doesn't use them, gamer. We didn't have lethal there.
Maybe.
Right?
Not enough time.
You have lethal without Barev? Yeah, they're at 15. Problem is we can't rush all our minions in there. Pull that off.
And this is
Doc Venture, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming.
beyond.
Okay.
Betrayed.
Strike.
We've used Kane, right? Alright, let's see who wins this, boys. We're at 2 health. This game is... I don't know. Maybe we've won this. I don't know. I guess setting the 2-turn lethal wasn't the right play. I forgot about all the heals. Like, okay, they have a Spirit Jailer in their hand. They have... what else? They have a Shatterstarred Mystic. But that's not going to do it for them here. And what's the third card? Guys, what's the third card? Chat. Oh, Blade Dance. Okay, yeah. Okay, they're just going to Blade Dance this.
You're fast.
Wait, am I dead here?
You're
I get...
fast. You're fast.
Oh, no.
I'm low on power. Excellent maneuvering.
Woo! Baby!
A colossal play.
Excellent maneuvering.
Look at that game. That was a game. Okay. Bear of is nice.
Let me work my magic. Magical. You here for the tour?
Ooh. Oh, that's nice. We have full clear potential whenever we want it. Alright, assuming they're gonna go something like okay. So we could, I really don't really want to go Skipper Barrow because Skipper Armorsmith is always insane. But the best top deck we could probably get here is Broom. But what is still waiting on the day? Dude, I can't believe chat still remembers Servant Simulator. No, that's Hmm. Actually, the more I think about it, I feel like risky Armorsmith Shield Slam is a better play here.
I'll show you who's boss.
Made to fit.
Ooh, nice top deck. Or do I not even play it here? I could just go Hero Power Pass. Take the 5. Because then I can go Bear of whatever next turn. And then follow the Sword Eater. Because, like, if this gets absorbs it, it's not actually that good for me. Like, they're actually out of value, but I'm out of value. So I think I just pass here. I think that's the play. See what they do here.
If power is what you seek, knowledge is what I provide.
Mine is a
Okay. I feel this is I'm just gonna take the bear of play. They're a turn away from the brawl play. This is
Try to keep yourselves alive.
this feels right to me because like Bran isn't good this turn. But yeah.
Follow my lead.
I could get more card draw. Let's see if it's explosive. It's not explosive. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do this. See if it's a snipe here. Okay, I'm gonna draw 2 here.
Much rage.
Interesting.
I will not
Alright.
be denied. I will not be
Weird spot. Wonder if I should have been greedy and gone for more card draw. So if it had been explosive, I probably would have gone Skipper plus Sword Eater there. I still could have done that. I got an additional card draw. Ooh. Look at that fancy tech choice. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Unexpected.
Follow my lead.
This snake trap is great. Okay, it's not. Alright, we'll hit this.
Be denied.
Unfortunately, we might have... Actually, no, we can now always go Brawl into Bladestorm. So we should be safe to the brand. Like, we don't prefer that, but it's just good enough of a play. I think. If Brand survives, I might not bother with the Bladestorm. Okay, there's no might about it. He's running the Brand. Okay. I'll act like I got lucky here.
Cataclysmic. I will
Start off with
not
this.
be denied.
Oh, Skipper. Oh, God. Snipe is so punishing here.
Show you who's boss.
Damn. Bit. Son of a gun. It's so bad. Two, 3. Damn. Might as well play this now. It's frustrating. It's really hard for me to play around that. I could go Bloodsworn, but then it's just not a very strong play, so... Damn. We really need, like, a good card draw turn here. Alright, never hover.
Strike.
Could be freezing here.
Strike.
Maybe I just go, let's see what we get here. Okay, freezing.
Hide in iron.
Ooh.
Chew on this.
I think this is right. Maybe you're wrong. Actually, this play was horrible. I could have. It's probably snake trap here because we've done all the other ones. What was it? I don't know. I was thinking not to track the weapon here, but I'm just getting massively punished now. I should have just taken the hit there of the additional 3. This doesn't even draw us cards.
I will not be denied.
No, it wasn't. Okay. Don't have any more. Alright. So easy if you don't have lethal here, but maybe they don't. Maybe we survive to live another day. Okay. Ankar.
This is the end of all things.
That's all I've really figured out. Faire actually is a good keep in a lot of matchups. It's one of the good things that come out of this expansion, you know? So it's, I don't know, I resent the let's get rid of it, you know? I resent that mindset. Am I supposed to keep Sword Eater? I don't know. I think I'll look for better things. Like, yeah. Could I survive? Yeah, you probably could. Yeah, I don't think you need Bulwark. I think Bulwark in certain matchups is insanely good, but in certain matchups it's just whatever, you know?
Muzzle their magic.
Ooh, denied. Oh, interesting.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Alright, if I had a rush broom would be nice, but okay.
You try to keep yourselves alive.
Are you dropping frames? I don't know. OBS used to have like a really nice thing to show if you're dropping frames, and it doesn't anymore. What about the bomb package in ETC? The whole point of ETC, no, bomb package is horrible. Or you just play bomb warrior. Like it's a different win condition. Like that's
This will break your
like bomb warrior is legit good deck. Even though I hate it with a passion. But
If power is what you seek, knowledge is what I provide.
hopefully it'll get better. I'm not sure. Sorry guys.
This will break your
I don't know what's going on. This has been unfortunately happening. Right, go Draconic.
On the wings of evil.
Guess I'll take Bray Wing here. It is interesting. It's a little weird. But I guess they always get Skull now. So that's
Alas, poor warlock.
problem is he's probably not playing anything this turn. So I'm not sure what tools he has to okay, how careful do I want to be here? So I could go weapon here. It actually seems pretty good. I think I'm gonna go weapon. In case I get oh yeah, I'll just hit a high spare and Togwaggle with a lackey in hand. I moved into J. Alex's house, yeah. Guys, it looks like it's still working. Just, yeah, I don't know. The internet has been, like, just weird. I blame Corona. Corona gets in the lines. So lackey. Dog walk warrior.
Do you see what must be done?
Oh, no! I didn't think about this. Well, that was a worthless frickin',
Weather down there.
Alright, well, I wish I had a, Damn, he got through my whole thing here. Alright, I guess this makes sense. Oh my god. Alright, unfortunately, I think I have to use my, I have to use my lackey, unless I get something from this. Ooh. Nah, I'm gonna do the easy play here. I don't think we die here. We can go Skipper, Armorsmith. That's winning. I mean, it could still happen, guys. Oh, I could have gone Penflinger, Coin Penflinger. That was probably better. That was probably better. Oh well, we'll be okay. I bet sometimes they don't do the like clear this. Cause like, are they gonna hit 3 here into the 1/1? I don't think so.
Muzzle their magic.
All right, second skull.
Poor warlock. Step up.
Yeah, I don't think you die here.
You have to read this one.
I really want to go the Lackey Dream, but I know what the right play is, guys. I know what the right play is. It's unfortunate because we'd love to get the Lackey Dream. 1, 2, 3.
Must burn them all.
I'll show you who's boss.
Armor made to your flaws are your strength.
The memes, though, I know, right? The lost meme potential. They might be able to just win board here, actually. Okay, never mind. Nice.